What I'm about to reveal contradicts almost everything you've been told about eating healthy after 40, and the reason you haven't heard this before will shock you. My name is Susan Whitaker, a menopause specialist dedicated to helping women feel their best again. I've discovered something the mainstream nutrition industry doesn't want you to know. There's a hidden metabolic switch that flips during menopause, and 97% of women are eating the exact foods that keep it turned off. Before we go on, let me tell you something important. In over 20 years of working with women's health during menopause, I've uncovered secrets that nobody talks about. What I'm sharing in this video is only the surface. The real breakthroughs, the exact step-by-step that can change everything are in something I prepared exclusively for you. I can't show it all here, but I fixed the link down below in the comments. Don't click it now, hold on to that curiosity for a moment, but as soon as we finish, go straight there. Because that's where you'll finally see what no doctor ever explains, and it could be the missing piece you've been searching for. The link is waiting in the pinned comment. Now, let's get back to where we were. The 5 foods I'm ranking today do something unprecedented. They don't just nourish you, they hack your changing metabolism in ways that seem almost unfair. But here's what's strange. Most doctors never mention food number 1, even though the research on its effects during menopause is absolutely undeniable. And food number 3, it has a dark side that nobody talks about, a preparation mistake that could be sabotaging everything. Stay with me, because what I reveal about combining these foods in the final minutes creates a synergistic effect, so powerful that women report feeling the difference within 72 hours. But first, you need to understand why everything you think you know about healthy eating just became obsolete the moment your hormones started shifting. Right now, as you watch this, your body is operating under a completely different set of rules than it did just 5 years ago. Your cells are literally rejecting the same nutrients they once absorbed effortlessly. Your metabolism has rewritten its own manual, and you're still following the old instructions. What if I told you there's a scientifically validated ranking system that identifies exactly which foods your menopausal body craves at the cellular level? Not the foods that worked before, the foods that work now. These 5 powerhouses I'm revealing today were selected based on criteria that most nutritionists completely overlook. They address the 3 metabolic disasters happening in your body right now. The silent muscle loss that's accelerating every single month. The inflammatory cascade that's being triggered by foods you think are healthy. And the micronutrient deficiencies that are making every symptom worse than it needs to be. Food number 5 on this list contains a hidden compound that directly influences your body's inflammatory response, but there's a crucial activation step that most women skip. Food number 4 has been demonized for decades, yet new research shows it might be the single most important thing you can eat during this transition. And when you discover what food number 1 does to hot flash frequency, you'll wonder why this isn't headline news. But here's where it gets interesting. These foods don't work in isolation. There's a sequence, a strategic pairing method that amplifies their effects by up to 300%. I'll reveal that exact formula, but first, you need to understand what's actually happening inside your body right now. After 40, 3 catastrophic shifts occur simultaneously. Your body suddenly needs 40% more protein just to maintain the same muscle mass, yet it becomes 60% less efficient at using it. Certain micronutrients that were optional before become absolutely critical, because without them, your thyroid function collapses and your metabolism grinds to a halt. And here's the part that changes everything. Your body starts processing fats and carbohydrates in a completely opposite way than it did before. Foods that used to energize you now exhaust you. Foods that used to satisfy you now trigger cravings. The rules have changed, but nobody updated your playbook. That's what this ranking system does. It gives you the new playbook based on how your body actually functions now, not how it used to function. Each food on this list scored highest in 3 non-negotiable categories. Protein quality that your changing body can actually utilize, not just consume. Anti-inflammatory compounds that address the root cause of weight gain and brain fog. And specific micronutrients that support the hormonal cascade your body is desperately trying to maintain. Food number 1 hit a perfect score in all 3 categories, which is why what I reveal about it later will completely change how you structure your meals. Let's start with number 5, and pay close attention because there's a preparation secret here that triples its effectiveness. Lentils, but not the way you've been eating them. Most women make a critical mistake with lentils that blocks up to 60% of their mineral absorption. I'll tell you how to fix that in a moment, but first, understand why lentils earn this spot. During menopause, you're facing a hidden iron crisis that doctors rarely test for properly. You're losing iron faster than before, but your body's ability to absorb it has decreased. This creates a compounding fatigue that women mistake for just another menopause symptom. Lentils deliver 37% of your daily iron needs in a single serving, but here's what makes them irreplaceable. They contain a specific class of polyphenol that act like a shield against the inflammatory cascade happening in your body right now. Research shows these compounds don't just reduce inflammation, they actually prevent the cholesterol dysfunction that spikes after 40. There's a study on diabetic patients that showed lentils improving cholesterol markers in ways that medication couldn't match. But you're probably making the absorption mistake right now. Lentils contain something called phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that binds to minerals and escorts them right out of your body before you can use them. The solution? Soak them overnight and rinse thoroughly before cooking. This single step removes up to 80% of the phytic acid and unlocks the full mineral content your body is craving. There's something else about lentils that directly impacts your day-to-day experience. Their glycemic index is remarkably low, meaning they release energy slowly and steadily. No more energy crashes at 2 p.m. No more mood swings that feel like they come out of nowhere. The fiber content, both types, work specifically on digestive issues that suddenly appear during menopause. But lentils alone aren't enough, which is why food number 4 is so critical. Eggs. And I need you to forget everything you've been told about eggs and cholesterol because the research has completely reversed. A single egg contains almost every nutrient required to create life itself. Think about that. One cell to entire organism, all the instructions and building blocks packed into something that fits in your palm. Each egg delivers 6.3 grams of complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids in the exact ratios your body needs. But here's what matters for you right now. Eggs are loaded with choline, a nutrient that 90% of women are deficient in, and that deficiency is directly linked to brain fog, memory issues, and mood instability during menopause. Choline builds cell membranes and produces the signaling molecules your brain needs to function optimally. Without adequate choline, your cognitive symptoms will worsen no matter what else you do. And that outdated cholesterol warning? Modern research shows eggs actually increase your HDL, the protective cholesterol, by up to 13%. Higher HDL is associated with lower disease risk across the board. But not all eggs are equal, and this is where most women lose the advantage. Pastured eggs, or omega-3 enriched eggs, contain up to 5 times more vitamin A and 3 times more vitamin E than conventional eggs. During menopause, when oxidative stress skyrockets, these fat-soluble vitamins become non-negotiable. They're not optional nutrition anymore. They're essential defense mechanisms. There's a specific way to eat eggs that maximizes their hormonal benefits, and it involves timing that I'll reveal when we get to the combination strategy. But first, food number 3, and this one comes with a warning. Lean chicken breast. The protein workhorse, but there's a dark side nobody mentions. Half a chicken breast contains 26.7 grams of protein with minimal fat. That protein to calorie ratio is exactly what you need to fight the muscle loss accelerating through your body right now. After 40, you lose up to 8% of your muscle mass per decade if you don't actively prevent it. And here's what they don't tell you. Every pound of muscle you lose drops your metabolic rate by approximately 50 calories per day. Lose 10 pounds of muscle over a decade, and you're burning 500 fewer calories daily while eating the same amount. That's why the weight creeps on seemingly out of nowhere. Chicken breast, combined with resistance training, directly combats this muscle catastrophe. The B vitamins, zinc, and selenium it provides support thyroid function that becomes increasingly fragile during hormonal transitions. But here's the warning. The way chicken is raised matters more now than it ever did before. Conventionally raised chicken can contain hormone disruptors and inflammatory compounds that work directly against your goals. If possible, choose organic or free-range options. And there's a preparation method that preserves its nutrients while making it more digestible, but that comes later in the combination section. Now we're getting to the heavy hitters. Food number 2 does something that sounds too good to be true. Greek yogurt, not regular yogurt. The difference is everything. One 7-ounce container delivers nearly 20 grams of protein, but that's just the beginning. The calcium content becomes crucial now because as estrogen declines, your bones start losing density at an accelerated rate. You're in a race against osteoporosis, whether you feel it or not. But here's what makes Greek yogurt truly special for this phase of life. The probiotics. Your gut microbiome undergoes massive shifts during menopause, and that disruption is directly connected to weight gain, mood disorders, anxiety, and even the severity of hot flashes. Emerging research shows that specific probiotic strains can influence weight management, improve mental health markers, and reduce systemic inflammation. Greek yogurt delivers these beneficial bacteria in a form your body recognizes and utilizes. But you must avoid one critical mistake. Flavored varieties are loaded with hidden sugars that spike insulin, trigger inflammation, and feed the exact bacterial strains you're trying to eliminate. Always choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. There's a specific time of day when eating Greek yogurt amplifies its probiotic effects by up to 40%, and I'll reveal that timing in just a moment. But first, you need to know about food number one, because this is where everything changes. Salmon, the undisputed champion, and the scientific evidence supporting its effects during menopause is so overwhelming that I'm frankly shocked it's not prescribed like medication. A 3.5-ounce serving contains 22 to 25 grams of the highest quality protein available, but that's not why it earned the top spot. Salmon is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, and these compounds do something remarkable in your menopausal body. They don't just reduce inflammation, they actually change how your cells respond to inflammatory signals. They make your cells more resilient, more adaptable, less reactive. Women consuming adequate omega-3s report significant reductions in hot flash frequency and intensity. Some studies show up to a 50% reduction. The selenium in salmon directly supports your thyroid gland, helping it produce the hormones that regulate your entire metabolism. And the vitamin D, which most women are desperately deficient in, works synergistically with calcium to protect your bones while simultaneously supporting immune function and mood regulation. But here's what most women never discover. Salmon works exponentially better when strategically combined with specific other foods. The vitamin D in salmon increases calcium absorption from Greek yogurt by up to 65%. That's not just convenient, that's metabolically strategic. And the preparation method matters more than you think. High heat grilling can destroy up to 40% of the omega-3 content, while gentle poaching preserves nearly all of it. Adding lemon doesn't just add flavor. The vitamin C enhances iron absorption from lentils when you eat them together. Now here's where everything I've told you so far becomes exponentially more powerful. These foods don't work in isolation. There's a synergistic pairing strategy that creates effects greater than any single food alone. When you pair salmon with lentils, the omega-3 fatty acids work synergistically with the polyphenol to reduce inflammatory markers more effectively than either food provides individually. Some studies show this combination reduces certain inflammatory markers by up to 70%. For optimal morning metabolic activation, combine eggs with Greek yogurt. The choline from eggs enhances the probiotic effects of yogurt, while the protein combination stabilizes blood sugar for hours, reducing cravings and preventing the mid-morning energy crash that derails so many women. The vitamin D in salmon amplifies calcium absorption from Greek yogurt, creating a bone-protecting combination that's more powerful than supplementation alone. And here's the timing strategy that changes everything. Consuming at least 2 servings of salmon weekly provides the omega-3 threshold where women start reporting noticeable improvements in hot flashes, mood, and joint pain. Starting your day with 20 to 30 grams of protein from eggs or Greek yogurt improves blood sugar control throughout the entire day, reduces carbohydrate cravings by up to 60%, and increases satiety so profoundly that most women naturally consume fewer calories at subsequent meals without any sense of deprivation or restriction. Distributing protein evenly throughout the day, rather than loading it all at dinner, preserves muscle mass up to 25% more effectively than the same total amount consumed in one large meal. Your body can only utilize approximately 25 to 30 grams of protein at once for muscle synthesis. Anything beyond that gets converted to glucose or stored as fat. By strategically combining these 5 metabolism-boosting foods with proper timing and preparation, you're not just eating healthy. You're creating a nutritional environment that actively counteracts the 3 metabolic disasters of menopause. You're preserving muscle mass while others lose it. You're reducing inflammation while others suffer with it. And you're providing the specific micronutrients your hormonal system is desperately signaling for. This isn't a diet. This is nutritional strategy based on how your body actually functions right now. The pairing of fat-soluble vitamins with their mineral counterparts, the strategic timing of protein throughout your day, the activation of anti-inflammatory compounds through proper preparation, all of this creates an effect that individual foods simply cannot provide alone. The women who implement this system report feeling a noticeable difference within 72 hours. Better energy, clearer thinking, reduced cravings, and a sense of control they haven't felt in years. I've spent over 20 years specializing in women's hormonal health, working with thousands of women navigating this exact transition, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that the 5 foods on this list, combined using the strategies I've revealed, will create changes you can feel and measure. If you've ever felt betrayed by your own body, tired, heavier, invisible, you need to hear this. In my 20 years helping women through menopause, I've uncovered secrets nobody talks about. This video scratches the surface, but the full step-by-step protocol to feel alive again is waiting down below in the pinned comment. Woman to woman, you're going to thank me later for hearing this. Just trust me. Don't leave without it.